What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl S to the K, and if you're new here, welcome. I hope to see you guys more, and if you're a returning subscriber, I see y'all. Thank you for always sticking with me. You know I love ya, you know I have love for ya, and I'm back. And I know I know, guys, I know I'm a spoiled brat. I know I keep saying that I will be more consistent, but this time I promise y'all, because your girl got a new camera. Okay. No more using phones to shoot videos for y'all. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around, and let's get right into the video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about mistakes that I made in my 20s and I wouldn't want you guys to make in your 20s. I am in my late 20s. I am 27. I turned 27 this year, and although I still have a lot to learn, but there's a lot that I learned over the course of my 20s, and it's gotten me this far right now. These are things that I wish I learned earlier. I wish somebody would have put me through earlier in situations that you would definitely go through in your 20s, that will make you feel less of who you are, and you know, just make your 20s a whole lot difficult, because our 20s are already very difficult in general. Like everybody, but mostly women, all around the world feel such pressure in their 20s, and these are tips that I wish I had learned earlier that would have helped me. It would have saved me a whole lot of, you know, problems and such. The first one that I will mention is because this is something that we in our 20s, especially in the age of social media, we suffer a lot. Stop comparing yourselves with others. And I know I'm also guilty of this, because I know that, you know, with the stage of social media, and guys, everybody is rich on social media. Okay, everybody is rich on social media, so try not to compare yourself, because you don't know how these people are getting their money, or how they're, you know, living their lifestyles off the camera. So you have to try to try not to compare yourself. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard, especially when you're going through a rough patch in your time. You're just like, how can this person be living life like this, and then you're here. So I mean, I know that it's hard, but guys, you have to find a way. You have to find a way, because see, if you keep comparing yourself, it's going to seriously mess with your mental health. It really will. So try not to compare yourself with try not to compare yourselves. Don't envy anybody on social media. Don't envy anybody anywhere. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So yeah, in that aspect, you help yourself. Like, you know, there's a slower pace, because this leads to the next thing on the list, which is stop putting yourself under pressure. You have to love yourself. This is the next tip I'm gonna give. Learn to love yourself. I cannot emphasize on this enough, because nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. And in our 20s, we tend to go through a lot. Body dysmorphia, I mean, a lot of people go through this in different generations at different ages and whatnot, but it's a lot more rampant in 20s. Body dysmorphia, you know, feeling less of yourself, low self-esteem. You have to learn to love yourself. Don't look for love from someone else or somewhere else, because it will come back to bite you. Learn to love yourself. Protect yourself, protect your space, protect your mental health. These are things that I wish I had learned earlier, because I'm just beginning to learn that and beginning to adapt that in my late 20s. So imagine like the situations that I went through in my early 20s. Like, stop putting pressure on yourself. Like, nobody, I know the society where we're from, help it, because they always expect you as women to get married at a certain age, to do this a certain time. There's no age limit for anything. Don't let anybody make you feel like you have to get married by 30, you have to have your life together by 30. Take your time, learn your craft, grow, love yourself. If you love yourself, nobody can put you under pressure to do anything. You won't put someone you love under pressure to do something. So don't put yourself under pressure. Do you get? Don't put, like, guy, wise up. Like, don't put yourself under pressure. There's no age limit to anything. Like, don't listen to anybody. Like, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Do things you love. Be around people that you cherish and you love. Be around see, good vibes only, dear. Good vibes only, dear. I told myself that I'm not even going to be around anybody that is not going to give me good vibes. So good vibes only. And this is what this is what I should have done, because it brings us back to the third tip, which is, you see those fake friends and those fake friends around you, guy, exit. I promise you. Don't look at, oh, I don't even want to hear, I've known this person since this time, I've known that person. If somebody does not help you grow mentally, emotionally, and even financially, and I'm not talking about dashing you money and giving you money, I'm talking about, innovative ways. People, you both sit down and share ways to grow financially, emotionally, and mentally. Like, these are the kind of people you need around you, not people that is all the time that they're just fapping around. But yeah, like, have friends. That fake friends thingy, exit. I wish I had known. I was holding on to a lot of fake friends in my early 20s, and I wish I had known. Like, now you can see it. Now I don't always start to cut anybody off. Like, that is because I'm not it's not being toxic in a way. Like, if somebody is just draining you, there's no need to have that person around you. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not saying just go around cutting all your friends, or no. Like, understand, because you might also have issues that they're dealing with as well. So understand what it is wrong, analyze the whole situation, and if you realize this person is actually really just sucking you dry, then you don't need that person. Another thing we women need to understand, that having really toxic and horrible boyfriends in our early 20s is going to be a major issue, because I'm not gonna lie, having a toxic boyfriend is going to make you seem less than yourself, want to feel less than yourself. It's going to mess with your self-esteem, which brings back to all the things I was saying, that you have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you end up staying in this very horrible situation, and you would be thinking nobody else is going to see you the way this person, and this gives the manipulators a chance to actually manipulate you into thinking that you will never find what they're giving you outside. No, my darling, you're going to find a whole lot better. You are going to find you deserve the kind of love that you give out. You deserve the kind of peace that you give out, the happiness you give out. I want you to understand, you deserve that. Nobody can tell you otherwise if you believe this within you. So you have to believe this within you. Like, it brings us next to our next tip, which is, you have to be comfortable in your skin. You have to be confident. When you enter a room, they know that you entered a room. You have to be confident. You have to grow. And when I mean grow, you also grow mentally, but also everything starts from within. It cannot start from somebody telling you. It starts from within. So try to have time to reflect, have time for yourself. Like, do things that you love, and understand and learn to love your space, learn to love being on your own. That way nobody can take advantage of you. That way you empower your emotions, you empower your headspace, you empower yourself. Because once you have growth in the terms of, I don't mean like obviously when you're 21 you have to have your life together and have to grow. It's a process. Just have an open mind into growing, gradually growing, and using these tips to help you in this said growth. All these things that I'm going to list in this video all boil down to actually growth. I know that I've grown over the years in terms of, I made mistakes in terms of my businesses. I literally, in my early 20s, I started about maybe like 2 to 3 businesses that did not work. And also, if I had known the things that I know now, maybe they would have worked. But you live and learn. When you fail, you pick yourself back up, and then you understand that this is just the process to get to where you're going. And that to me is really growth. You don't let anything get you down. It didn't work out, fine, you move, you get up. Do not wallow in all those, in the sorrows. Do not wallow in your sadness. You have to figure out how to make light of the situation. You have to figure out how to make it work. Okay, this didn't work. Okay, then what can I do about it? How can I switch? Like for instance, if you start something, it doesn't work, instead of being sad that this failed and everything, you have to get up and understand, like, okay, so now what can we do? You have to move, because it all boils down to you. Don't, like, I'm not saying give yourself, don't get me wrong, give yourself time to reflect on why this thing failed and everything, but there's a difference between giving yourself time and actually wallowing in your sorrows. Don't throw a pity party for yourself. No, you have to just figure out what it was that didn't work, and then try to fix up, because only you can fix up. Okay, sister. Another thing I'm going to point out is, stop trying to compete with people. Stop trying. I've noticed this is an issue centering around a lot of us ladies. Try not to compare yourself. This comparing has made a lot of people do things that they will naturally not do, just because they're trying to compete with, oh, this girl just got this, I want to compete with this, I want to get the same thing, I want to even get better. You will find yourself very desperate to get better, and because of that, you end up doing things that you would not do on a normal day, just because you're so desperate, so obsessed with doing better than this person that you're in a secret competition with. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like, just live your life. Like, everybody has their own race. Everybody has their own race to run. Be happy for people, guys. Be happy for people, because when you're happy, your own blessings come. Your own blessings come. Be happy for people. This person has received a blessing. Be happy. Be happy. And I'm not talking, I had a conversation with my friend maybe a few weeks ago about people not congratulating some people. And usually at first I was thinking, okay, you know, some people are just going through some things sometimes and whatnot. But then after the conversation, I realized that you're right. Like, you can be going through some things, but it doesn't take anything from you to call up someone that you know just something great just happened to the person. Oh my god, congratulations, wow, pray, give a little prayer, and that's it. And then you can go back to trying to sort out whatever issues that you're sorting out. But be happy for people. No, like, not being envious leads to being competitive, and being competitive leads to doing things that you would not like to do in the process of trying to get to where that person. Be happy. If you find yourself being envious of someone, sit down and reflect. Sit down and have a talk to yourself, with yourself, like, why do I feel this way? How can I stop feeling this way? You know what, like, don't it's still under putting yourself under unnecessary pressure to do something better. You cannot please everybody. You cannot please everybody. I lived my early 20s trying to please every single person, but you have to understand that some people will not like you because they don't like themselves, or because they are just naturally bitter. Some people might not like you just because you're pretty. Some people might not like you just because you're confident. So people might not like you just because you're outspoken. You cannot please anybody. If you're outspoken today and someone criticizes you for that, and because you want to please them, you become this shadow of yourself and you're quiet, but that's naturally not you. It's going to backfire. It's going to mess with you. It's going to mess with your health, your mental health, everything. You cannot please everybody. The next thing I'm going to also be saying is you have to stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you love in terms of career wise. Like, that some people are going to be good at 9 to 5, some people are going to be good at entrepreneurship, some people are going to be good at different things. Like, you just have to understand what works for you and what's going to be like what it is for you. I had to try different things. I had to try 9 to 5. And the thing is that this content creation, if I had taken it as seriously as I was meant to take it in my, like, when I was younger, especially when I was still in uni, I'm sure I would have done blow by now. I'm sure I would have blown, but I didn't take it seriously. I was very comfortable. I had daddy's money. I was just very, very comfortable, and I did not anticipate the struggles that adulthood was going to push you into. So don't try to find what works for you early, so you can build that brand, you can build that struggle. If it means that you're going to be in 9 to 5 and you love your job and you love it and you just want to be in it, then work your way up. Like, just keep working, and then you're going to keep growing. By the time you're in your 30s, you'd have probably reached a higher rank in your 9 to 5, and you will be doing a whole lot better than you would have if you had decided that, you know what, let me venture into entrepreneurship, because some people are making more money of that. But look for what works for you. I tried 9 to 5. In fact, I tried a couple of 9 to 5s. They didn't work for me until I realized that I really love creating content. And don't get me wrong, I started creating this content back in uni, but I don't know why I wasn't consistent, and I just gave up really early. But then it's something that I know I loved, but I don't know why I gave up. And then it just, when I tried all the 9 to 5s and all the businesses that failed, I realized that, okay, let me go back to my roots. What is it that I love doing, and what can I build? And I realized that it's creating content, both picture content, video content, different kinds of I'm just a creative in general, and I realized that, like, I need to just focus on that and grow it by all means. So that is what I'm doing now. But I'm giving you this tip to figure that out early, so you can build it and you can grow with it. As your life is growing, your mindset is growing, your brand is growing as well. So figure this out, try different things. Don't just stick to one. Like, try different things. If you feel it's fine, you pick yourself back up and then you continue, you keep pushing. That is, like, you just need to do that, and that's how you're going to eventually grow in terms of, like, your brand. Don't dim your lights. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a type of person that you just don't dim your lights. If you don't like something, I was in my early 20s, I was the kind of person that if I don't like something, I never really used to speak out on it just like that. You have to do it a couple of times before I actually speak up. But no, you have to. When someone does something that you don't like, speak up. Don't dim your voice, don't dim your light. But when people do things that you don't like, and you know that this really hurts you, or this is going to affect you, speak up about it honestly. Like, what's the worst that could happen? You lose the person as whatever role they have in your life, and that's okay. You need to understand that there's some people that are in your life for a certain reason, and after that reason has been accomplished, like, what can you do? Or there's some people that are in your life to get you to a certain point. And I mean, you don't have to fight with the person, but just understand that you have to set boundaries. If you didn't set boundaries in the first time, this is another tip. You have to set boundaries. Set boundaries when you know that, oh, this is this. And with boundaries, when you see that people don't respect boundaries, that means it shows you that they don't respect you. because boundaries are set for a reason, to just respect them, respect me as a person, respect the boundaries I have set, the things that I want to do to my friends or anybody because they set a boundaries, and they won't do the same thing to me. It is not as hard as people think it is. People just don't respect boundaries. It is really not hard. And if they don't respect boundaries, they don't respect you. I need you to understand, be it family, be it friends, be it anybody. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, they do not respect you as a person. I need you to let that ring in your skull, okay? You try not to let what people will say get to you. Try not to care about what people say. I know this is also very hard, because this has been from ages ago. I know I've had a fight with my mom a couple of times, because she's just like, what will this person say? And I'm not that person. I will always do what I have to do. Like, I'll always do what I want to do. I'll always be me, because you don't know what these people are doing. You don't know what, like, for instance, in our parents' times, because I know we have been under pressure from our parents to be a certain image because of what their friends would think. But I mean, those friends, it's always so crazy, because most of them, those friends, you realize that even their kids are not doing anything that they want to do. So don't put yourself under any pressure. Do what you want to do. Don't care what they say. I schooled in a place that there were a lot of rumors, and I feel like that's one place that really helped my skin get thicker, because I know the amount of rumors that went around about me. People were just praying for unknown reasons, and it helped me. And I think my first year I cried a lot. In fact, at the time I called my dad and I was like, I wanted to change schools. But at some point I just told myself, you go out, they will talk. You stay at home, they will talk. People always talk. People that don't like you always talk. They will talk for so many unknown reasons. And that's something I just realized, that I'm just going to live my life, because at the end of the day, they will still talk. You have to, if you let whatever they say get to you, it's going to really, really affect you and affect your mental health, and you will not be able to do the things that you love because of that. And the last thing I'm going to say is, save in your 20s. I saved this for the last, so I can ring it in your ears. I know don't get broke trying to live a lifestyle that you cannot. Don't get broke trying to live a lifestyle because you're seeing how people are living a lifestyle on social media. Most of those people have probably worked and are way older and have worked to get to a certain point, or they have backings from maybe parents, spouses, partners, and the rest, or they're just lucky. And it's also fine if it's going to take a little bit for you to get there, but don't get broke trying to live a lifestyle that you cannot afford. I cannot push this enough. Do not do that. It's going to bite you at the end of the day, because you're a slave to these things. If you keep letting it affect you, you're going to be a slave to these things. Saving helps you, gives you some form of discipline in terms of, like, you just have to save a lot. Cultivate the habit of actually saving. It's going to help you once you keep saving. I know it's hard, because people are going from hand to mouth. I know, I'm just talking about people that have excess, and instead of lavishing it off like things that are unuseful or something, just try and see how it will feel to actually save for a year if you have excess upon excess. We've come to the end of this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's difficult in our 20s. It's really, really difficult, so that's why I decided to have this chat, because I know for one that I've gone through all these struggles. Everything I've listed are things that I made mistakes in, and I would want you guys not to. So I took the sacrifice for y'all, but try not to let them. Try to listen to these things and just dwell on it and understand, like, all the things that I was saying. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.